Hello, good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening. Good to be back. Hello, one and only HebaH's back with us. Day 2. So we have HebaH this morning for 2 hours. Thank you for coming back.
Thanks for having me.
We were hoping we didn't scare you off.
A little bit, maybe.
Maybe we scared her a little bit, but it's also kind of exciting. So give her a warm welcome. Welcome, Siobhan, Evan, Raphael. Good to have you here. We got a full day planned both today and tomorrow. We got a very special schedule and cool people lined up, as you can see this week on Adobe Live. Of course, HebaH's with me today for 2 hours, continuing her project that she's going to talk about, which is really cool. Katie Wyman's up next with Sarah Stewart. And then Sarah Raj, clear till 3 p.m. is how late we go today. So thank you so much for joining us. Let us know if it's your first time joining us. Always like to say hello to first time guests. We do see some familiar names in there as well. So this week we do have daily submissions. It's different today. We had a challenge yesterday, which was really fun to check out. Which was all about creating one screen, but today it's all about creating multiple screens. And then tomorrow we have portfolio reviews. Okay, so that's what's happening. So the daily challenge you can find out through that little challenge tab, and we can dive into those details in a little bit, but you can see that that challenge tab has been updated. We've upped it a little bit. 3+ screens for creating a mobile experience for your local summer carnival, okay? So that's what it is, local summer carnival, which is just gonna seem like a good time. You could totally wear this there.
Yeah, just for the occasion.
And almost like, we're very coordinated, like you're matching my laptop and it's all like working.
Yeah.
So tell us what carnival HebaH is from. Like what carnival is she in? Like we don't know. Like make that whole experience. You can also use the Adobe stock assets. So there's a link in there. You don't have to worry about licensing them. And so when we see those watermarks, we're totally fine with it. We don't. In fact, I think it's kind of cool because you know how to integrate those photos directly from stock to your Creative Cloud library into. Which is kind of like what you're going to be doing today.
Kind of like
this is
yes.
Yeah. So let's
jump into it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just in case you have joined us today and missed out on yesterday, my name is HebaH. I'm a user experience designer, and in my free time, I host a video podcast called HebaH by Design. It's on YouTube. It's about culture and its influence on design. Also, in my free time, I mentor design students and help them get into the industry. I do mostly that on my Instagram. Today, we are going to continue our project, which is a card trading app, which is themed off of Pokémon. And yesterday, what we worked on was creating preliminary research. Why is this product needed? Learning more about the game. We conducted a user interview. We identified the purpose of the product that we're building. We identified how it works currently, and we identified the need of creating an app for it. And then finally, we identified the minimal viable product. What are the features that we need to build this product, and what is the user flow? Specifically, what are the features in the menu tab? Today, what we're going to be working on is user flows, specifically onboarding, since our target audience is a youngster from 6 to 12 years of age. Then how do we solve for that problem? Because in order for you to sign up for anything, you at least have to be 13 years old. And then how do we handle the visual design for that target base? The next thing we're going to work on is how do we go from wireframe to high fidelity mockup? How do we break out of the boxes? How do we remove, the mindset of just wires? How do we use visual cues in order to persuade action? How do we use color to create depth and in a flat environment? And then finally, building a design system based off of the patterns that we slowly start to build in our visuals. So that's basically what we're working on. Let me know if you guys are excited in the chat. What are you guys mostly excited to learn about from those 3 things: user flow, wireframing to design, and building a system? I'd be really happy to hear your thoughts. Yeah,
you have Peter is loving. He's like, love the recap screens. Way to up the streaming bar.
Oh.
Is what Peter Del Tondo says.
Hey, Peter. Hey, Evan and Shauna. Hi, guys. It's nice to see you guys in the chat.
Yes, Shauna, awesome. Mayor, welcome. Welcome, everybody. I saw people just kind of reading off, like, from Bangalore, India as well. Well, Bangalore, India. And then also, again, just shout out to all these people from around the world, from the UK, Portugal. Yeah, so welcome.
I'm expecting my family to be in the chat today because they weren't yesterday. So let me know if anybody says, hey, sister, brother, mom, dad. But definitely, I'm really excited to have you guys. Thank you for joining me again. And let's get into it.
Yeah, and this is, yeah.
So really quickly, yesterday we identified the card's anatomy. We also, I cleaned up the wireframes. Just saying. We have the Friends tab view. We have the Search tab for people, the Pokédex, the Trade section, and then finally the Game section. But what I want us to work on today is the user flow for onboarding. And what onboarding actually means is basically how do we get somebody registered into the app. And basically the first thing that you need to do, since this is a children's app, is identify the age. So the first thing we need to do, let's just really quickly create a flow. Okay, we're going to ask for age. And then as you guys can see, yesterday as I'm building the wireframes, I started building my visual, my text styles and my color styles. And first thing we're gonna do is ask for the age. If the age is older than 13 years, then basically what we do is we take them to the next screen, which is, select a character. Now, if they are younger than 13, then how do we handle this problem, right? Younger, type it.
Can you zoom in on that, just like...
Yeah.
You don't mind.
I don't mind. Let's see, zoom. Does that sound good?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, perfect. I should center everything. Everything needs to be centered. It'd be cool, a shortcut for centering a line horizontal and vertical. That would be fun to have a shortcut for that.
That would be good.
So if you are younger than 13 years, then you need a parental permission. And how do we get parental permission is we provide you with a form that you can fill out your parents' email address.
Oh, okay.
Parents' email address. And then we can send email to parent to create an account on their kid's behalf.
Oh, okay. So the parent sets it up. It's good to know. I mean, this is good. I don't know if you have you dove into any of the wireframes in XD. If you haven't, I gotta show them to you because they're awesome. There actually is a sort of a sign up.
Oh, cool!
Flow,
No, yeah, that would be awesome. Well, can you pull that up?
Oh yeah,
awesome. That's great. So you send an email to a parent, then the parent comes back and they have to create an account on child, okay? Cool. So all they have to do is just, we need to identify that they are over 13 years of age. They have a valid username and password or, email address, and they can create a password. And then if you are older than 13, then you can right away select a character, select a Pokemon, and then here's the trick. Once you've selected your Pokemon, then we ask you to sign up.
Yeah, so Ryan is saying, that is a good point. Ryan says set the text to center align.
Oh, okay.
If you do that just once, it'll just like keep those, those last settings.
That's awesome. Thanks,
Good.
Ryan. Thank you so much.
For being helpful.
Oh, yes. So basically, if you're older than 13, then we want you to be a little bit more invested in the product. We want you to get excited. So we have you select a character, then select a Pokemon, and then once you get to the sign-up screen, because like nobody really wants to put in, their first name, last name, email, and then password. So what we do is we create that, we get them excited about the product, and then since they are invested already, then they are more than willing to actually sign up. So we provide them with value first, and then get them to sign up afterwards.
Yeah.
So this is basically the flow that we're gonna work on today, and I'm gonna start working straight up from visuals. Let's just imagine that I've already created the wireframes for this, and then we can move forward from there. Does that sound good?
That does sound good. And yes.
You're gonna show me?
Yeah.
Show me.
Yeah, certainly. So, actually, I already have it open right now, but you can see in XD, you can go to File, Get UI Kits right up here, and then you have a number of them. Go down to wireframes, that's the one I have open, but there's also more UI kits for any sort of specific use case. But if you open up wireframes, you have a multitude of web and mobile. And then here's all the other UI kits that I've already downloaded. So these are all the ones that are available. They're all gorgeous. But since you mentioned sort of like the sign up, that's what I went to. In fact, I'll zoom out. Here are all the screens you get.
Wow.
It's crazy.
So you've already gone and gone through solving all the problems for the things that we need, which is great.
And we're done. All right, well, so we're gonna go eat donuts. Somebody brought donuts today.
But that's great. We have the wireframes, right?
Yeah. So, and then again, you like take these and use these. Oh, by the way,
What?
and it's funny because they're setting this up the same way yours are set up because you're using the assets panel and all that too, which is really cool. Because again, feel free to use these, but if I right click, again, I just like this. I can edit and I can make that whatever, carnival color or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Hint, hint. But that's exactly how you have yours set up too,
Cool.
which is cool.
Absolutely. But we're just going to make it a little bit more fun because like...
Yeah, I know. This is boring wireframe stuff. It really is. But
Again, we're going to start by choosing our artboard. We want it to stay consistent with what we worked on yesterday. And my artboard decided to sit on top of my flow. And basically start from there. So what I want to do on this artboard, what we need to have is we need to be asking for your age. So the things that we need to ask for is your date of birth. So day, month, and year. How do we make this fun? We want to add some gradient. So we want to choose
gradients.
our color palette. Gradients, yay.
I love all those gradients you have in there.
And the way I like to choose my color palettes is I grab some of my characters here. Let's grab a few people and draw some inspiration from them. You know, you can see Pikachu, we have Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff is my favorite Pokemon.
Jigglypuff.
Who is your favorite Pokemon?
I just love that name, Jigglypuff.
Jigglypuff. She's awesome. I love her.
That's awesome.
And then, as you guys can see from the Pokemons, I noticed like some patterns in color. So I grab those, and what I do is I'm gonna zoom in. Let's sample a few of those colors. So what we need to do is go to Fill, Linear Gradient, and we're gonna tab on one of these, and let's check this out. So next one, just choose something, and then we're gonna move our gradient, play around with it.
Lorraine has favorite Pokemon as Jingar.
Jingar. Ooh,
Jingar.
Nice.
The Lassie character? I don't know. Do you have Lassie?
Lassie.
We're learning I'm going to learn a lot about Pokemon, by the way. I just straight up am.
I'm so glad to hear
we
that.
might play a game. Either it's going to be like, we're going to play a game. It's going to be like Pokemon or French pastry or something like that, and you have to guess. I don't know. I'm making this up, but it would be kind of fun.
That would be so cool. I love that.
Pokemon or pastry? Oh yeah, that's fun, right?
Or French pastry, because you know the Pokemon names sound very exotic.
Right. What's your favorite again?
Jigglypuff.
Jigglypuff. I mean, Jigglypuff sounds like a pastry.
I love it.
Can I get two Jigglypuffs to go, please?
She's so cute. But yeah, so I sample colors from the characters, and basically when I worked on it yesterday, I was trying to be a perfectionist. I really like this color palette. And then we need to grab the logo, so we're gonna grab the logo. Oops. Here we go. No, that's not what I wanted to do.
Vanessa's favorite is Rocket the Raccoon. Is her favorite Pokemon. Well played.
Yay. Is there... I don't get it.
Yeah, no, Rocket the Raccoon is not a Pokemon at all, which I love it.
I love. That's funny.
That's a good call. And Digimon. Hey, we're getting into all the fun.
Yay! Oh
Digimon
my God.
was kind of comparable, I guess, right? But they transformed. They had transformation sequences like Voltron-esque, according to Siobhan.
Well, Pokemon was analog and Digimon was digital Pokemons. Do you get it now? Yeah, you get it, and you're into the system. It's kind of like the Matrix.
Yeah, is it by the same like company? Did the same company make Digimon?
Oh, now you are quizzing me. I don't know.
We
you
are
tell
learning.
us. Tell us for sure. Okay, Pokemons. Let's go in here. We're gonna add some text. What we want to do is when were you born? Let's choose a style. Select all, and then we're gonna choose a style. That is not the style that we want. There you go. And then we're gonna add this as a style. So now that we have the style that we like, we're gonna grab it and then we're gonna add it. This is as simple as it gets. You literally just click on that plus sign and you add a character style, which is this is a style that we like because it's very readable. One of the things that we look for as user experience designers is inclusive design for people with disabilities. So it's important to test your text on any colorful background to make sure that it is ADA compliant. One of the things that I need to add here is your, let's just say the day. Let's just say 2020. That was supposed to be. Can you imagine if we have 35 days in the month?
So, when were you born?
I was born October 15. I'll let you guys guess the year.
I don't want to.
You don't have to. You guys can guess.
It sounds like trouble.
No.
I think a smart aleck answer would be like, at night. When were you born? At night. Or during the day. That's actually a more interesting question. Like, when were you born? Like, what time of day do you know? Do you know what time of day you were born?
Oh, man. I think
it should say on your birth certificate.
It should, that I have memorized and scanned in my brain. I think it was around 11. I just don't know if it's AM or PM.
Oh, okay. I think I was, okay, good. That's cool.
Know?
I think mine was like 6 a.m., around the 6, super early.
Okay.
I was ready to get the party started. So this is an interesting, so people are kind of like guessing, and they actually are guessing.
Are they? 1998? Oh my God, that's so sweet.
Oh, Ryan's going to win. He's going to win the challenge. He's going to win the chat and win today, isn't he?
89? Oh, look at you.
85.
Oh, you guys are getting real close. Let's play hot and cold, okay? All right, so we're gonna play with this. What I wanna do is when I showcase the number that you are selecting, wait, what am I doing? 24, 25, I'm like thinking forward. So we wanna make this into a dial. Okay. And then let's just, move this down, play around with it a little bit. And what I was creating is I need for you to select the day, the month, and then the year. So let's create an ellipse, some buttons, make it a little bit interesting for the kids. And then this button is going to have no border, and we're gonna add some drop shadow. And what I like to do, this is a tip of mine, is I like to create the shadow from the same color that is going to be below it, or create a shadow from, let's say this is purple. Let's go in, not the border. the shadow, and then what we want to do is get the eyedrop, select this color, and go all the way dark.
That's an artist thing for sure, like artist designer.
Well, thank you. And then drop it down, the opacity down really nicely, maybe.
It's very like subtle. 15. I'm not sure how it's coming across.
Yeah.
But that's the key.
Let me know, you know? So on here, it's gonna be the day. So let's escape.
All right, so if you're just joining us, actually for your first time, if this is your first time watching us, we wanna just say hello, it's my first time. Just raise your hand, be like, hey, yeah. And yeah, because I see some new names.
We're gonna do month, and then we're gonna do year.
This is interesting, I think for Pokemon, like, I wonder, what was the sweet spot for Pokemon? What year were you born to make Pokemon the thing you were into as a kid? Because it was like, what, was it like in the 90s, right? Late 90s, Pokemon?
Oh man, I just remember that I loved Pokemon so much growing up. That was the cartoon, like the anime that I watched, and I actually watched it in Arabic. They had it actually dubbed for us.
Oh, really?
I know some terms. Anime, and basically it was dubbed for us, and I watched it all throughout until I got into college.
Really?
Which, as a youngster, I was wondering when am I gonna get out of this like cartoon phase? Because you know, as you're growing up, you're like, am I really growing up? And you know, I'm thinking about it now. Am I really an adult? You know, we're all trying to adult at this point. So yeah, so right now what we have is the screen really quickly. You know, we can clean it up, but the purpose is if you have one selected, so how are we gonna create, you know, showcase that we selected this is, let's just change the color for the text, and let's do this really nice.
Jared Kendall, sorry. Well, shout out to him, first time here.
Hey.
Welcome.
Hey, Gerald.
It's also Heba's first time here as well, with us live in the flesh.
I'm so excited.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having me. So just to move forward, right now we have a selected state, and basically we change the color of the text, and we have the dial. We can move with the dial to choose whatever day you were born in, and then if we can create another screen to showcase the month, and then what we'll do is we're gonna flip that color back to, just to give you guys an idea of what that would look like. So let's just say October, and this is 09, and then this is 11. And then what I would like to do is to showcase what day you ended up showing, right? So in the day, under the word day, you would have 12, so that you know that that was the number that you selected, and you can always come back to it. Let me just do something.
Toronto's in the house. Matthew, welcome. I like Toronto.
Yay.
It's a nice place in the summertime, especially.
Have you been? I've never been. I'm excited. That sounds like so much fun.
Yeah, it's I mean, honestly, I think the people make Toronto, because it's such a melting pot.
Yeah.
It's just so, like, it's really diverse, and everybody, you can just go up and talk to anybody there.
Oh my God, I love it.
At least I do. I don't know if they like it. I still do.
That's funny. No, I like it when people are friendly. I mean, you know, I have family in New York, so I go visit New York. I'm not gonna talk trash, but I'm just saying.
Oh yeah?
If you try getting a cup of coffee in New York, that's a fun experience.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Because everybody's like super fast paced, so nobody has time for like greetings. You know, just take your coffee and go. You know. So yeah. So now we're playing with some concepts of micro interactions. You know, once you click on, you select your day, and then the next screen comes into you know, play, then the word day moves up, it changes color, and then the number gets showcased there. So for the next screen, you want to actually select your character. Now that we've established this pattern, we want you to be able to create your character's name, or you can choose the character himself. So we have Ash.
And if you are new to join us, by the way, you might see that chat and win that's on the opposite side of the screen over there. And that says 422, so basically in about 4 minutes, we're gonna just do a random giveaway. So that's what that is. You can also check out the challenge tab. So if you're in the chat tab, go over to the challenge tab. And essentially, you could download and try XD for free. Just install it, and it is yours to run with. And just make something based on that challenge, which is all about creating a mobile experience for a local summer carnival. So those are the two things we have going on. Giveaway in 3-ish minutes.
3-ish minutes already?
And then the challenge deadline is in about 90 minutes.
That's
or
amazing.
about an hour. Valter, hello, what's up? And we have, for the chat and win giveaway, is this fancy thing. I'm just gonna set this up here.
So much fun.
So coordinated. Look at this fun color and just like goes with.
It matches me.
It's all working.
It matches your background, which is really nice. You guys have such great taste, and I think the carnival theme is just awesome.
Yeah.
Who's having fun with that? How are you guys doing with that challenge?
Again, I think your best odds of winning are the very first in this first segment. So you have all day. That is the challenge for the whole day. We'll do different challenge. We'll check out the different challenge submissions, like each segment. With the first segment, you have the best odds typically.
Yeah, definitely.
Anna says looks really fun. Omar says, hey.
Hey everyone.
Good to have you here.
Hi Ahmad. What I want you guys to let me know is who's your favorite character? Like, are you from Team Rocket, or are you actually from Team Ash? And then Ash goes through multiple series, and he has different entourage, like a different group of people that he hangs out with. I'm all about the first season, the original. Misty is my girl, and yeah, that's my favorite. So let me know who's your favorite character. My mom.
Okay.
Hi, mommy.
Wait, is that what's your mom?
Dania, Halima Abraham is my mom. And
Halima.
And then Dania's my sister. Hey.
What? Your sister's here too? Oh, it's a family fair.
I'm so excited.
So nice.
You guys made
Family's
it.
in the house.
You guys made it. Makes me so happy. All right. So one thing that I notice on the screen is it's lacking a little bit of dimension. So maybe a third dimension we can create.
Yeah,
depth.
zoom in on that a little bit so everybody can.
Oh yeah.
We just want to see your gorgeous work. Oh yes.
Does that look
glorious.
good? Okay. What we want to do is add some dimension. So something that I like to do is let's add a let's add an elliptical. Let's see. Who likes borders on things? I'm not a big fan of borders. They're not my favorite.
Kerwin's like, Ash should be like 30 by now. Probably. Like, he's been in and out of rehab like 3 times. Like, it's a whole thing. Just like going through. I don't know. I'm just kidding. He was a childhood star, and now he's like, who knows? Just on these Netflix specials now. I think I saw him.
That's hilarious. I love that. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Oh my God, that would be a really cool fan fiction if somebody actually, showcased.
I would love to see that.
Right?
Like, it's kind of like, I want to Where Are They Now of cartoon characters.
Oh, I love that. Yes, definitely. Oh my God, especially like, I've read some really cool fan fiction of this series, which is really nice. And then I've seen some really cool fan art. If anybody creates fan art for anime, please let us know. I would love to see some of your work because, it's pretty awesome. So now that I've created some graphical elements, I want to add a little bit of depth. We can use the same shadow that we've created before. I should have created that into a style.
I saw you did just like that. You have that circle, that circle that kind of added just some dimension down below. That's nice.
Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, but we want to add some depth just to make it a little bit more interesting. I'm just going to grab this color from here. Oh, I should have just grabbed it.
Ooh, what do we have now?
No way.
Fireworks.
What?
Oh, what does that mean? Yes, it is chat and win time. Let's do this. All right, welcome back. And yes, this is Chat and Win. So what do you have to do? Just chat and you enter to win just by hopefully putting some intelligible words in chat. But that's how you enter. We need to know that you're on the other end of your keyboard. And then maybe we'll give you this fancy little, what would you call this? Just
It's like a little pouch.
bag.
It's like a makeup bag.
You put all
or like
your
a pencil
electronics in
case.
it.
It's really cool.
Oh, did you want to do the print?
Yes. The print. Oh my god.
Basically we're saying what you could put in things is basically prints, like a print that you could win right here, because we're mixing it up. I like how Hiba actually, she said, you know what, I have these really cool prints or posters, and who made them?
Yeah, DKNG. And they're a great design agency. I actually have those in my HebaH Design YouTube set. And I actually want to give them away as a thank you for you guys joining me. They're 11 by 17. They're
Wow, nice.
Screen printed.
Ooh, sweet.
Yeah,
I
super
mean,
cool.
DKNG, they do great work. I mean, it's, we use them a lot at Adobe for, like, Adobe Max, usually they'll have the posters that we print out. Those will be from them.
Great.
Looks like Leah, is that how I say it? Agrees.
Yes.
DKNG, I used to think they're, like, so huge, like a big company, but it's really, they're pretty
They
it's
are.
just like a couple guys.
It's like 2 guys.
Yeah, they just do a lot of work. So, and you're doing exactly what you need to do, Caroline and Tress and Jacob. That's all you need to do is just say something in chat. And it looks like we have our winner, and it is
Anna McCarty.
Anna McCarty.
Yay!
Anna
Thank
McCarty.
you for
Anna,
joining us.
congratulations. Anna, you're the big winner of DKNG print, and we will send that to you. So congratulations.
Congrats,
That's a
Anna.
special thing, again, from Hiba that she wanted to bring in and give to you, Anna. So that's a special giveaway. But don't worry, if you didn't win, you could leave it, maybe not up to chance, because there's also the challenge. So check out the challenge tab. In an hour, we'll review those, and we'll do random giveaways. We'll do, another chat and win next, not today, but in the next segment, we'll do another random chat and win. I call it random, but...
And that segment starts at 11 o'clock. So
Yeah.
if you want to win, just join that segment.
But hang out with us.
Do
though.
hang
Just
out
stay
with
with
us.
us.
Don't
just
leave.
hang out. Ko, what's up, Ko? Good to have you here, man. Awesome.
Thank you guys for joining us. I'm so excited that you're here.
And just kind of recap, because I know Ko might have just joined us or just said something. So the whole idea is you're creating a Pokémon app.
Yes. So what we're working on is a Pokemon card trading app. So it's not like an app where you are going to, the main purpose of it is kind of like a social media card trading app where you find your friends and see what cards they want to trade. Also, it allows for you to have all of your cards digitally instead of losing them. And it allows for you to challenge them virtually, which is kind of cool.
Hiba has two boys that are so into Pokemon, and she's just like wading through cards at home.
Yeah.
Physical cards, just
They have taken over my house. Oh my
see the
god.
floor. It's a mess.
Definitely watch the replay, so you guys, the replay of yesterday's episode to see the interesting.
You should watch
living
yesterday's
room.
episode, like not now, but like this weekend.
Yeah.
Like,
For sure.
yeah, because you did a little interview with your son, which is really cute.
Yeah, thank you. All right, so what we're looking at right now is basically we want to choose a character. We're going to use the same behavior, which is the swipe behavior, to choose a character, similar to how we chose the date. And what we want to have here is we have the same behavior. And I use an app called Nucleo to grab my icons. And the icon that I want to use here is the arrow. You literally just type it in. You can choose, do you want an outline? Do you want colored or a glyph? And then, let's see, I'm gonna type in back and use the correct one.
So is Nucleo cost, like what's the
Yes,
pricing
so
structure?
definitely. You can download the app for free, but if you want access to the icons and be able to use them, I'm not sure of the price range, but it's under $100. But they have over like thousands of icons that you can use for whatever app
That is awesome.
And it's nice because it's searchable. All you have to do is just search for whatever keyword you want to use. You've seen what I did. Sorry.
Super cool.
You've seen what I did. I just typed in back, and I didn't have to type in arrow. Like I typed in back, and it was intelligent enough to understand what I was looking for, which is nice.
That is cool. And if you have other resources, let us know.
Definitely.
There's also like the Noun, that reminds me of like the Noun project, which also has a desktop app. I think it's like $20. I'll point out, if you're gonna work for a second, I'll point out like a couple more resources that are free.
No, for sure.
Just for fun. So.
How do I rotate again? I'm sorry. It's not showing up for me. Is it because it's a symbol? Do I need to ungroup the symbol?
Yeah, if you needed to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool, thank you.
You got it. So we will just switch over to my screen if we could. Fantastic.
Cool.
So here, if you have Creative Cloud, the desktop app, you can see right up here. Typically, you'll hopefully go down here and update XD, by the way, because we just had an update yesterday, which is sick. So we'll definitely talk about that. And you'll get to see it a lot, I think, as we get into like even prototyping like tomorrow as well, because some of these include overlays and like sticky menus. But I want to go to Assets, into Market, and then right in here, we'll just do a search for, let's just type in back. Let's see what happens if I type in back. Okay, good. So this, again, serves up some back buttons as well. So you can see them right here. And what do? You can select that and download that to your Creative Cloud library.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it's kind of hidden though, because like everybody's used to like downloading apps, but if you go to Assets, yeah, we see files. So go to Market, and that's where you do your search. Okay, and then another place as well for all of our, most of our desktop apps. If you go to File, New, you actually have these templates, and I'm pointing out Illustrator specifically because it does have, for instance, in fact, you can go into web or print, but you have this UI icon set, hand-drawn icon set. You know, here's a laptop, but basically assets that you can download and use. And what do you do to get it into Illustrator or into XD from Illustrator? Just copy paste.
Wow, that's so easy.
Some cool things.
Yeah, I like that because, you know, it's like complete integration. We emphasized yesterday the importance of efficiency when you're working. It's super important to have everything at the close to your fingertips, and that way you have access to it and you're not looking for it. The hardest thing for me to do is to actually search for things, whether it's imagery or like choosing the right icon. If I can, you know, have suggestions that are actually in the real world that people that understand. For example, the chevron is a known pattern for either the back button or the next button. So that's very important for me because I don't have to use too much brain power. Yeah.
I think that is good.
It's being done for me. Yes.
I think it's good. Like, so we have the challenges just to get everybody like started in XD, just to get them doing stuff, but also just like take a screenshot of Instagram or something and just see how screens are put together, and you'll start to notice like a lot of the same, you know, again, metaphors and stuff being used.
You're going to laugh. So yesterday we were talking about the fact that I'm a self-taught user experience designer, and that's exactly how I learned. I replicated the screens that I had on my phone and then used them for inspiration for me to create my own projects. So I created my own projects similar to this one, fictional projects, just to practice. And what I do is I just grab the different patterns that I see from different apps. If you are if you're creating a social media app, then you know, look at Facebook, look at Twitter. They steal from one another. You know, the whole like live streaming UI behavior or UX behavior and the UI visual is very similar across the board. They got it all from Snapchat, and literally they just copy from one another because why reinvent the wheel? So it's kind of cool.
That is good. That is good.
Yeah.
Caroline, can you override symbols like adding a different text? Yes. So that's a perfect use case, by the way, Caroline. You nailed it. You can have a button, just like you probably do. So you could have a button that has text in it, and that could be a symbol, but you can have that button in 15 different places, and then text is always going to be custom to that instance. But then you can actually right-click and you can say update all other instances.
Oh, yeah.
So a couple things you can do there.
We did that yesterday, right? That was pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you just showcased it in the wireframe.
Yeah,
which
like
was nice.
with colors, how colors will, I just think that's, I think everything I should be a global color.
Aw.
Like actually in
I agree.
Illustrator, I'm glad when you make new colors, global colors is selected by default.
Which is really nice.
Yeah, I just kind of want them all tied together.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so right now what we're doing is we're also using the same pattern. We want to maintain that to be consistent all throughout because, you know, also you're dealing with children. Things need to visually be easy for them to read. We have to use layman's term language. So we're thinking about somebody who's from, 6 to 12, that we're talking about first to like 5th grade. So language that a first grader can understand is very important. So choose a Pokemon makes sense to somebody instead of like trying to be fancy or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you get to choose your Pokemon. Once you've chosen your Pokemon, we basically have you create a username and password, and that is create your account. And the reason we have them create an account because, we don't want somebody else to access their account and like, take their cards or
that's a whole
we
thing.
want them to have that feeling of ownership. So it's important for them to create an account. It's important for them to feel also like their precious cards are secure. So what we're gonna do here to also showcase that this is what they chose is we're going to showcase Pikachu and Ash. Those were the characters that you chose. So we're gonna put them here. And then what we're gonna do is we're going to create the username and password UI.
So yeah, Douglas, I agree. I want blending modes in Adobe XD. I would love to have blending modes.
Yeah.
It's not in there yet, but like I'm with you, my friend. So you could actually, I could just post this really fast, just the feature lists. Sort of the.
Yesterday you showed me something cool for border. So if I wanted to choose a border color, can I do that in gradient?
Oh yeah, I wish.
No,
That's another
would
little
be
feature
cool.
request.
Yeah. So how do we, okay, so I select and then right click. Okay, let's right click, for example, this one, apply as border. I love that feature.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Cool. It's a little too dark.
Caroline's loving the XD interface, so fresh and clean.
Yes.
I mean, I like it. I'm also partial to dark interfaces. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, really?
I'm totally into dark interfaces.
Complete
So that's why
opposite.
I'm like, tell Talon, this is a good plug for Friday's stream with Talon Wadsworth at noon Pacific time because he's the designer on XD.
Oh.
And that's your chance to like voice all your requests like directly to him. Of course, you could also use the help menu, user voice, basically go to help and features and support.
Cool. So right now what we're building is the pattern for forms. And what we want to do is just literally just have username.
Thank you, Ryan. That's good to know. All his apps are dark UI. I don't know. Is there some things that you do, like you kind of judge people on like if they like the light or dark UI? And for some fonts, it's like some things you do, you're like, I don't know. You're like, I thought we were on the same page. Nah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like little quirks like that. Like, I don't know what it is.
Definitely. I'm very, very picky. But unlike you, I actually like the light.
No, it's
the
cool.
light interface. It's really hard for me to kind of isolate that. I think it affects the way that you design. But if you notice, like, what I think it's because I'm a user experience designer. I'm all about plain minimalistic design, and that kind of translates into the way that I create things, and it also helps to have, you know, an option, which is really good. But yeah, I definitely would like to see what...
I just want to point out that your mom is also helping out in chat.
Oh my God, no way.
Because somebody was asking Ibrahim's asking where you're from, and your mom's, Halima's jumping in like, hey, Palestinian
Oh my
/
God.
Jordanian.
Thanks, Mom. Thank you
Thanks,
for
Mom.
curating.
Yes. Such a help.
She's so sweet. They were actually...
I want her to be like, hey, you gotta go, like, make sure when you come back, you need to bring me some of those Ghirardelli chocolates. I want her to say something like, hey, remember that. Don't forget to call your uncle, you know, he's just got out of surgery or something.
Oh my God. Okay. So, Mom, you want to showcase how funny you are in the chat? Showcase your awesomeness. All right. So,
I love it.
The reason we are doing this is we want to show to the user the characters that they chose so that they can, actually, we are missing a back button. How are we gonna, what if we change our mind? It's important. It's so important.
Well, aren't those down there?
There you go.
But what are these? Oh, those switch the characters.
Switch the character,
oh.
Yeah. So do we need to, you know, showcase a different pattern? Maybe this needs to be an arrow by itself for back instead of toggling between two characters.
Yeah.
See, these are the things that we are trying to solve for.
Open to your suggestions, everyone.
Yes,
essentially,
absolutely.
We're gonna have two kind of back buttons on the screen. Like, how do you differentiate? Is it position? Is it size, color? Is it all the things?
All the things. Maybe it needs to be a different icon style. All right, let's do 20. Oh, that's not gonna work, it's too thin. So let's grab another button from Nucleo. I'm just gonna keep it for right now, it's good. It's nice and huge, just needs to be darker.
So Jacob says a breadcrumb trail.
A breadcrumb trail.
Maybe.
That's interesting. I don't know for a sign-up screen. I know maybe if you're, you know, going through a website would make sense. Yes, definitely. Talk to me.
Yeah. No, I think the closer the buttons are to the selection is like a good move.
Yeah.
So, and the further away, you know, that's all I'm thinking about. Because basically, like at this point, even for this screen, like, do you need those buttons at the bottom?
No, we don't. Thank you. Yes. Perfect. We don't actually need this guy or this guy. Yeah. So we have our username and our password, and we need to move forward. So we need to at least have this button, which is, you know, enter. And before we click enter, I want to showcase what passwords is going to look like. Because when you're dealing with students from 6 to 12, the 6-year-old might not know how to write yet. So how do you create a password for somebody who doesn't know how to write?
I have no idea.
Yeah. So it's a pattern that I've noticed because my kids are in school. This is why it's good to kind of grab from real life. And if you guys... If you used to play, you know, games with your friends and you had to like, you had like a tree house or something before you go in, did you have to like a secret knock or something like that? So what can we do visually? Can you guys like, do you have a suggestion? Let me know in the chat.
Yeah, that's super interesting.
Isn't it?
So what's going on? Hello, Raven. Good to have you here. Sandesh.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to create an ellipse, and we are going to use shapes, a shape pattern.
Okay,
yeah.
Nice.
Let's get rid of that. I think I'm just going to go with a rectangle.
Swiping a shape is pretty popular, Siobhan says.
Oh.
Yeah.
For kids?
I don't know. It's something that I've never even occurred to me. This guy without kids. I'm like, what are these kids? What are these? Are those little the little adults that I see running around? Is that what those are? By the way, what you just did, I want to make sure everybody got this.
Yeah.
Co probably knows about this. Ooh, password's a series of Pokémon colors. That's fun too.
That would be fun too.
But your fancy background blur.
Yes, definitely. So all I did here is I created a rectangle and just clicked on background blur.
I mean, don't you want that in Photoshop? Like I do.
Super cool.
Like the fact that you're applying it to a shape above, but it's gonna blur out everything behind.
Yes.
And you can control it like this, brightness and contrast.
Which I love because it makes life so much easier.
I just learned a little like hack, by the way.
Okay.
If you could take the blur all the way down to 0,
Okay.
and now all of a sudden your background blur serves as a brightness and contrast slider.
Oh, yes. That's a cool hack. Oh my goodness.
Cool hack.
That's pretty cool. I love that. Whoever's calling me,
Marcio.
stop calling me.
It's your mom. Hey, I'm watching you. I'm watching you on the thing.
On the thing.
That's my mom.
I love it.
You're on the YouTube.
So
Are you on the YouTube?
let's I don't know, let's pick a few shapes here. Let's do triangle, or we can create our own shapes. Let's see, apple. We have a pineapple.
That's fun.
That's fun.
All this stuff is awesome. Like pineapple's actually, you know, everybody that's like designer, pineapple's like a hot shape and thing right now.
Really?
I think it has been for like 6 months.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Nice.
Can I get an amen in
An
here?
amen.
Pineapples are cool.
What's your favorite fruit?
Yeah, well, I don't know. The designer in me, like as a design element, is a pineapple.
Really?
For whatever reason. Yeah, you'll go to like Target and there'll be like a gold pineapple shape that's also a container, and it's all this. It's a thing.
I
don't know. I could be wrong, but
I love it.
Don't think so. But usually wrong.
No, you're not wrong. Whatever. That's funny. So what I like about the Nucleo app is it actually provides you with the different sizes. It also provides you with similar, you know, line weights, which is really cool. And you basically create the different shapes. That's not a good one. And you allow the user to select the password, and basically it's easy for them to kind of create something that they understand. So it becomes more about what is the pattern than it is what's the word. So technically, you know, letters, once you put them together, they're different patterns of shapes. If you look at letters, they're just shapes that you're putting together in different patterns to make a sound. Very similar with, the visual shapes for kids. The next thing you want to do is obviously make sure to name all of your artboards so they can make sense, because it would be very, very helpful when you're prototyping. And one of the things that you mentioned yesterday, which was really cool, is the fact that when you are showcasing the prototype, nobody gets to see that artboard name except you. So it can be as detailed as you would like for it to be.
That is nice. Yeah, so I saw something about
What?
the border, like a good border radius, like a good border radius.
What's a good radius? Okay, so I like between 4 and 8. For me, I like that border radius. I like a subtle border radius.
That's very cool, because I think that goes for most designers. Like, the more subtle, the better, because you did the same thing with shadow. It was very subtle. Your curves are like very subtle.
Yeah.
And it's just, in general, a smart thing to do. If you do want to mimic actual, like, iOS, you could actually just, I'm trying to do research online. It's easier just to do a screenshot, and then, like, you could figure it out that way. It all might be relative, but yeah.
And that's a pro hack right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, what I like to do is I like to keep it as subtle as possible. I don't like sharp edges that much, but because also you got to think about, you know, what are you building? Are you building a financial app, or are you building, you know, for somebody who is all about structure, you know, or are you building a playful app?
Yeah.
The more radius border you have, the more playful it is. Just do not do the pill button, please.
The pill.
The pill.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's the difference between I just learned this versus a designer. Is those two different shapes.
I love it.
But yeah, it's awesome. Good job on using circles and all that stuff, though. By the way, like circles as a design element is also very awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
There's a whole TED Talk on shapes that bring you joy.
Oh,
And
yes.
like a circle is a very pleasing element, because even if you think about a box, you could think of about those 4 sharp corners that like might cut you.
Yeah.
And that's why we were like, do we round them? And it just makes it just like, you know, it's all psychological and think what you want, but you know, it kind of does make sense.
So what I'm trying to build right now is I'm trying to do a profile picture, and the way that I ended up doing it, let's ungroup this, and what I wanted to do is I wanted to put his head in this circle, but I also wanted it to have a border. So if you guys have a tip on how to do that, the way I did it was like the long way.
It might not be. It might just be the way.
You think so?
Yeah,
okay,
I think
so
it probably is the way.
literally what I did was, what is it? Command mask, there you go, and then had the same thing, just remove. That's exactly what I did. Does that sound like it's the right way, you guys? Just let me know.
I think so. It's so funny because you think, well, like something's a hack, and then you just realize everybody does it.
Everybody does the same way, right?
Which is why we like everybody joining us, because it's like, oh, maybe I'm not that much of a weirdo, you know?
Weirdo. That's a
Weird.
good. I like that term. Weird is actually my favorite word. That's my favorite word because
that's on your fancy card. That,
it is.
Yes.
Do you have it?
It's in the other room.
Oh,
it's in my office.
We'll show you another time. But basically, like, how do you embrace your weird? That's what's on my card. And I feel like the weirder you are, the word weird just means that you're different. And being different, there's nothing wrong with that. You should embrace being weird and being different. So let's get rid of this. And group this nice, lovely. Oh, okay. That's another thing that I was doing. Because we have a dark background here, or a semi-dark background, what we want to do is, instead of having that circle in the front, what we want to do is move it to the back. So Command. And that gives us a nice, and add that blur to it. So let's move you and add the background blur to it so that the nice background color showcases behind it, but it's not like overpowering having that color. So the more we get into visual design, these are the things that you got to take into consideration. This second border is a nice, simple touch just to kind of add some dimension to it as well.
Do you know Dania? Abdel?
Dania is my cousin. Hey, Dania.
Oh, it's a family affair.
I love it. Thank you, guys. Yay.
So yesterday you spent time wireframing this. Today we're designing it. Tomorrow is going to be fun too, as you dive into like the prototyping and like having somebody test it as well.
Yes.
Which is cool.
We're going to conduct a usability test live. Are you guys excited for that?
So who here is in the San Francisco area? Just kidding. We'll probably just grab somebody from upstairs. We want like you probably want like a fresh person that has not seen the development of this.
Well, I was really looking forward you working on it so I can make fun of you, but
Oh yeah. Well, you can still make fun of me. That shouldn't stop you from making fun of me. But
yes.
Actually, Sam might be still. We were thinking Sam, but she might be watching the stream.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Dania knows. See. You know too much, Dania. You know too much now. You're seeing the development of it.
So what I'm doing now is I'm basically going to create a fun way for you to find your friends. So we've created your profile image. We've cropped your head into the bubble. And what we want to do now is grab your friends.
Love that bubble.
And then put them in the bubble. Let's see, how did I do that? Again, be nice to me.
Vanessa's heading offline, but she says your app's looking super great.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much,
We gotta get this done. By the time Vanessa's back, we got a job to do. She's so demanding. The boss is gonna leave us alone for a little bit. She's gonna come back and be like, where's my app? Where's my web experience?
Efficiency, it's all about that.
Feel free. You do have just 30 minutes left, as it shows right down. No, not you. Okay. You. I mean, honestly, in 30 minutes, we'll switch over to the challenge submissions.
You know, that was my favorite part of yesterday.
Yeah.
Is seeing everybody's work. Yeah, you guys are awesome. Getting stuff done so quickly.
I know.
And you guys are clever too. So I love to see your work.
It's kind of, it's pretty impressive what people can knock out in a short amount of time.
Yes, definitely.
And tomorrow, we can talk about the agenda. I don't know if we want to. We don't have to show that. We can talk about the agenda this week or whatever.
Talk about the agenda. What's up?
Yeah, just going to review the schedule while you position those characters. So here, what we have today. HebaH's with us, 9 to, for about an hour longer. Katie, 11 to 1 p.m. Sarah, Raj. Everybody's working on a different project. We have different hosts, always mixing it up. But honestly, always just doing random giveaways. And we have challenges available for each segment you see here. If you do miss the deadline for this, you don't get yours in 29 minutes, you can submit it in the next hour. It'd be good. So yeah, that's the schedule. But we're also here every week. So next week is going to be like editorial design.
Which will be fun.
Yeah, which will be fun. Yeah, because I mean, you come from a graphic design background, so you could easily see yourself in that stream as well, right? Essentially.
For sure, yes, definitely. So. Graphic design and architecture was my background, so if you guys didn't join us yesterday, I was able to talk a little bit more about what was my design journey was. And if you start somewhere, it doesn't mean that you can move somewhere else. So my journey was architecture, graphic design, then user experience design.
Which is like perfect.
Yeah?
Like if you're talking about when you say architecture, what do you mean architecture? Like information architecture?
No, actual buildings.
What?
Yeah, so I studied 5 years of architecture, 2 in the Middle East and then 3 here, one of which was a master's level. So I basically built, schools and skyscrapers. I was trying to learn what makes a building iconic, because I was very interested in the different patterns, kind of like in user experience design or in social media, like what's the tipping point for something to go viral, right? So it definitely is something, it was my interest.
Well,
for
and
sure.
it just all kind of connects for you, it seems like, when I think of architecture. And
Definitely.
you're doing, you were literally doing information architecture too for this.
So what I like to say is I used to help navigate people through physical spaces. Now I help them navigate digital spaces.
There we go.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Navigate through this experience here to catch Pokémon. That's the goal.
Yes.
We said, you know what? Forget about these buildings. We're going to deal with Pokémon. This is fun.
Come on. Be nice to me. Be nice to me. Okay. There you go. What I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to showcase what's the behavior going to look like when you click on one of these friends. So we're going to have our blur, and then what we're going to do is we're going to add an add icon. Add, right? There you go. Plus, let's write that down. What? Are you reading?
Family of architects?
Yes, my sister, my dad.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What?
No, yeah. We are very artistic. Yeah.
And Ritesh. Ritesh says he's an architect as well. So good to have all these fancy architects in there. I mean, it's really cool because basically I feel like you're in 2 industries where, like, if they're going to portray somebody really cool in a TV show or miniseries or something, the person's always an architect. Because that's like just a cool job to have. And to be in advertising. It's like advertising or architect. You like cool. So you're just one of those cool
awesome.
People. Of course you are. We knew that as the moment you walked in. Can I just I don't know if this is hooked up, if we could just go full screen and just highlight your, awesome.
My ensemble.
Yeah, she's cool. Look at that. She is
guys.
ready for a carnival.
I am so ready for a carnival.
Ready for a carnival. I'm just like what you're wearing.
Thank you. So what's really cool about this is tomorrow when we're going to prototype it, we're going to actually get to showcase the newest feature in Adobe XD, which is the overlay, which I'm so excited about.
Yeah, super cool. That, and you can have fixed elements too, so things won't scroll away.
Once we get into building the actual app, we'll be able to actually showcase the fixed, menu and the fixed header, which is important, especially in our search. We're going to need a fixed search header. So what we've done now is we showcase what is it going to look like when you add somebody. But let's just say you've already added a few people.
Ooh.
What's up? What? Ooh.
Sorry. Are you just doing, because I mean, we could still have, we do have the overlays. Is that the only thing that's going to change from one screen to the next?
Yes. So oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so all you have to do.
But you're setting it up just right. This is exactly what I would do. Is I would duplicate it, make sure everything is in position.
Yes.
But then you can
delete
remove
everything
the
else.
other stuff.
But also, if you put it on a single artboard that fits it perfectly, the overlay allows you to shift it around, doesn't it?
Yes.
So that's another thing. So instead of having to redesign the whole thing and then, place it in the correct place.
Because that's what this would be like. If you misspelled find, like I would, like you got to correct it in both places or however many. Anytime you're like duplicating artboards.
Yes.
Think about overlays are like an on or off. It's going to throw the item up, and then if you click off of it, it's going to.
Which is nice. I love that. All right, so let's see. I'm going to grab what was the size that I used. That's correct. So we're just going to act like you've chosen a few friends. So let's just say you've chosen Jesse.
We gotta act like we have friends.
Oh.
Oh.
We've chosen a few friends. We've chosen Jesse. We're about to choose Misty. This is kind of going to be the behavior for this screen, which is nice. And then once we've chosen our friends, we're going to enter the app. And that's going to be the next screen that we're going to be working on. And based off of my notes.
Yeah, and I guess it could be find your friend or friends. And welcome. I like your idea.
Yes.
Dunia does say, I like surprises like Easter eggs. Add a surprise box where they have a special trainer or friend.
Oh, I love that.
Those
That's
little Easter
smart.
egg things.
Yeah.
Those are fun.
I
I
love
might have to show some. We have some in some of our apps. We don't do as many as we used to, like in Photoshop and stuff.
No. Well, Easter eggs is all the
Right.
what I'm all about. I love so one of the ways that I like to collaborate with our content creators and like our marketing specialists is I like to in my prototypes just write funny jokes as filler text instead of using lorem ipsum. It just makes it super fun, Yeah, telling somebody something nice once they read it or whatever, leave a message or whatever. It's super cool. I love it because it just bonds people together, and I like to incorporate user experience design in my daily life as well. So it's not just about work, it's about life. Like how can user experience design be a part of your life? And the more you incorporate it in your life, the more work is never going to feel like work. It's actually going to feel like you're having fun.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Big proponent of having fun. That's what we're all about.
Yes, definitely.
But really, you have fun doing things, I think. Like, you have fun, like, people even that are learning and just watching today, you have fun. People that are learning and exploring and stuff, it's like, yeah, those are typically the happier people that you run into.
I agree. So before we move to the next page, what I want to do is actually showcase some of. We only have 20 minutes, so I really want to showcase some of the pages that we didn't get to prototype, like the profile page, the Pokémon page, because we want to solve for the Pokémon itself. So we've seen all of the information yesterday on that card, and we've done the anatomy. So the anatomy right somewhere around here, right here. And basically, how do we take all of this information and transfer it onto a vertical page? So let's work on that right now since we only have 20 minutes before the challenge. You guys only have 20 minutes for the challenge. Make sure you submit what are we working on again for the challenge?
Oh, yeah, it's Carnival.
Yes.
3 screens.
Yay.
3 screens. We were upping it. Yesterday was 1.
Yes.
So.
But some people had up to 5 screens yesterday. Wasn't that insane?
Overachievers.
Overachievers.
Why you gotta? And honestly, more screens isn't always better. By the way,
I agree.
Like meet the minimum. Like even for yesterday.
I don't know what's happening. Who took over my screen?
Did something?
I don't know.
That was.
I don't know.
You're getting hacked.
No.
Don't worry. It does say 20 minutes. The little clock below us, but we have the contest is running all day today. or the challenge. So if you don't get yours in 20 minutes, just submit for the next segment and watch. And tomorrow's all about portfolio reviews.
Yes, which is really nice.
So even if, if you don't win, and again, I didn't even say, you win Creative Cloud for a year, which is awesome. But whatever you create, roll that into your portfolio is what I'd like to say.
Yes, absolutely.
And we'll do reviews tomorrow.
And portfolio reviews, like, don't be afraid to, if you have just one piece, it's important.
And the big thing is like just put time into what you do. Like we probably tend to, and I don't pick them. Like they get sent to us, but like we're gonna look at ones that the submissions where somebody took time and care. Like if you're just out of high school, like write all that up and let us know that you care, that you want yours reviewed.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's fun.
So make sure to submit your stuff. Don't worry about how many pieces you have. It's all about helping you get better and improving. And I like when I see high school students submit their stuff because the arts is kind of being lost in high school. And one of the things that we are doing from AIGA San Diego is we have a link program to kind of advertise more about how you can actually make a career in the arts. And user experience design has made that possible for you to be able to be an artist and live, survive, make a good living out of it. We are working right now on the Pikachu page. So we don't want to we want to make this page all about him. This is going to be a representation of the Pikachu card. So what I like to do, instead of having it purple, which is a complementary color. This is where your color wheel comes into play. We can keep it this way, but I want it to pop a little bit more. So I'm gonna take Pikachu, I'm gonna take our gradient, and then just grab some colors from Pikachu. We have a dark and a light. Let's do the light from here, then the dark. He has some, let's grab another dark. Let's see.
I like how people were probably wondering, like, where did that purple come from? But
yes, so we discussed it earlier once we started today, and basically I grabbed some of the Pokémons. I put them all on the screen and kind of used it as an inspiration board, and I looked at what colors were the most in common and just sampled colors from there.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh my goodness. Be nice to moi. And there you go. Maybe we need a little bit more of a contrast. Let's grab it.
Oh, Alex, the music in the background sounds like a cat meowing. This is interesting. We
cool.
Can't actually hear the music in here.
No, we can't.
We can dance to it.
Woo woo, act like we are.
But this is probably not the cat song. We used to have something called this cat song, the cat song. We just called it the cat. Oh, yeah! Easter egg, fun thing. I don't know. But we do not. It was a little treat for you. It probably just got changed. Not that we don't like cats. We love cats. But this is live music that's happening, and I just feel sorry for this cat in here after a while.
So let me grab the components of a card. Let's grab them closer to the screen that I'm working on. So I'm just gonna copy. And then what? Every time you laugh like that, I was like, what am I missing out on?
No, you're doing. No, you're not. And I'm not reading anybody's comments, but I would just like the cat song.
Oh.
Just thinking about the cat song.
Yeah. Okay.
You have certain things that you're like, you probably see pictures of your boys, and you're like, you kids make me smile.
Are you a cat person or a dog person? Oh, we went there.
Oh, no, we can talk about it. I don't know. Is it wrong to say both?
Oh, really? Do you have any pets?
I don't have either.
I don't have any
either one. For my lifestyle, I can't have any. But I think cats are super chill. But I like to think of like, what are you? Are you a cat? Would you be considered more of a cat-like personality or more like a dog personality?
Cat, for sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm a kitty cat.
I'm a dog.
You are?
I'm like straight up golden retriever. I'm all up in your business. Just like, I will like, show me what you're doing.
Yeah.
I want to be involved.
That's funny. But no, that's every time somebody asks me if If I have pets, I say, I have children.
Yeah, that's funny.
Basically.
Oh, you mean children? I got 2 of those.
I have 2 of those. They're very entertaining. So, okay. So I just want to talk to you guys a little bit about what I'm working on. I want to showcase those different components onto the card screen, just to show in a visually different way. I wish I would have brought the cards again, just to show you a comparison between the two. Actually, no, I have them. They are right here. So this is the Pikachu card. And what we want to do is take all the information that's on there and represent it visually on a vertical screen. But we want to change it up a bit because this is really hard to read. Like, it's just, a lot of information. There is not much hierarchy of type or a hierarchy of visual design. It's literally the first thing that you see is the image, which is perfect, and then all of the other information is just very flat, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna.
And I'm like, and there's not a lot of hierarchy really. I mean, other than there's not a ton.
No.
So.
I'm gonna grab this and move it a little bit higher because what I need is I want to showcase that you are able to scroll. So that's really important. And we're going to, right now, that's his name. So we have the Pokemon name. We have that ready. The energy type, this is where this comes in. He is an electric type. And let's grab him. What's happening? Let's do the fill. Why is it not doing it?
In Arabic,
oh, that's why.
Is calling your kids pets an insult.
Wait, who?
That's what you're...
In Arabic, calling...
I wonder if we asked Halima how many pets she had, if she would say 6.
See, my mom's trying to be funny.
What?
Yeah, Halima, how many kids do you have?
How many pets do you have? And you better not say 6 pets, because those are your children.
Actually,
right?
So we have cats as pets. Growing up, we had alley cats as pets.
Oh, really?
So the cats that are in the neighborhood, my mom has a soft spot for like homeless cats, you know?
Okay.
And what we used to do
sweet.
is like we used to feed them leftovers, like chicken, like the bones and stuff. They used to love it. And then mom actually helped bring in some, like a cat litter.
What? Oh, really?
Provide shelter for a pregnant kitty. And then, it was winter. Oh my God, it was winter time.
That was probably pretty adorable as a kid.
It was adorable. Not right now as a grown-up, but yes, definitely.
That's adorable.
Mom has a sweet spot for pets. We also had birds growing up, which was really nice.
That is cool.
I don't know how mom did it as,
we used to have cats, but they kept like dying, and my mom would just replace them with another cat.
I know.
So we called our cat Mama Cat, but there were like 3 different Mama Cats.
Aww.
Yeah, I have horror stories about pets growing up.
We're not gonna go there.
We're not gonna. Cheers to you, folks. Whether you're drinking coffee or not, whatever beverage of choice you happen to have in your hand. We got Starbucks. We're also sponsored by LaCroix and Phil's today. These are my 2 go-tos. You got your Starbucks.
Look, did you notice that if you order from the phone,
order ahead?
They want you to, they're starting to advertise that. So you get a different sleeve than if you order actually from the store.
Oh, interesting.
Today I went to the store, and then while I was in the store, I ordered mobile because the line was insane.
Oh, yeah. Good call.
No.
I do that all the time. That's what I do with Phil's. That's how I end up with.
Oh my God, you did that yesterday. That was pretty cool.
But, sorry to...
I definitely like the interface for Phil's a lot better.
And again, that's kind of like the UI design is sick. So good for Phil's coffee.
So cool.
It's super easy. It's literally you just speak in plain English as if you're at the counter almost.
Which is amazing.
Yeah, and it's like know your audience like this. Like we know Pikachu's, he's very popular.
He's not cooperating right now.
He's not cooperating a little bit.
His little power tool thingy is not being nice to me. I talk to my designs. Be nice. Have you noticed? Be nice. Like I'm always like, work. Nice. Why aren't you working? Like I'm always talking to my designs. It's pretty funny. I think it's funny. You don't think it's funny?
I like doing, anytime I do, like, I'll start previewing an app and I'll start making swishing sounds, like, shoo. You know, I like act like there's sound with any sort of motion.
I know why.
What happens in 10 minutes? Check out the challenge tab, not to worry. It's right, the challenge tab is right next to the chat tab, and we're going to be reviewing those challenge submissions.
See, this is also when I'm working on visual design, it becomes like so tedious, you know, because you're just like moving one pixel at a time. It drives me crazy. But I like to move fast because I want to flesh out problems more. That's why I try my best to, you know, figure out all the problems in wireframing as much as I can. So I spend a lot more time in the wireframe before I get into the visual design. And it's really nice to work with a UI designer, like somebody who just does visual design, because quickly they can flesh out any problems that you might have, which is really nice. So a collaboration between a user experience designer and a UI designer, I think is really cool. And being part of a community is nice. You know, being part of the Behance community. I've noticed some people will put in the chat, hey, I'm working on this project. If somebody has some time, can you please look at it? Which is really nice. Like, being part of community is very good. You know, showcasing your strengths, sharing those strengths with your friends, and if you guys notice.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, we need this. Sometimes you're too close to something and just like need somebody else's opinion.
Absolutely, yeah. For sure, especially if you've been working on a design for hours, your brain is just like desensitized.
Desensitized.
That's a tongue twister.
I know. I almost like forgot how.
How do you say it?
Words. Desensitized.
Desensitized. All right.
You know how you desensitize a room? I don't know. Is that a thing? No.
That is definitely.
Preet Viraj, good to have you here. I don't know if it's your first time. Likes the Pikachu theme. Again, we're developing. Basically, this is like a mobile experience.
Definitely. Okay, so we've created Pikachu. We have our back button. We have our energy type. What we need to talk about is its hit points. So I know Pikachu has a 60 hit point, which is right there. And what we need to do...
Those little arms.
Yeah. Wait. Okay.
I don't know.
No, it's fine.
I don't even know how Pikachu attacks.
No.
I don't know how Pikachu attacks.
Can they share GIFs in the chat?
No.
Oh, man, that would have been awesome. Yeah, I will show you later.
Okay.
He's basically, you know, a little, like, electricity bolt.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Maybe I have seen that. I feel really bad.
No, you're fine. Don't feel bad.
So to answer your question in here, Sam, basically for tomorrow portfolio review, get yours ready today. Fill out the about section, any social media links, like add everything you can. And when I say portfolio, essentially it is, give me 1 second to show you. Close all this other stuff. This is for tomorrow, but if you do want to get set up for this tomorrow, essentially this is your portfolio, behance.net/Paul Tranny in this case. So just make sure for tomorrow you have all this stuff kind of like filled out, about, work experience, social media icons, and then you know, any of your work that you want reviewed. We can't do a ton, but we'll do what we can tomorrow.
Usually, how many do you go through? Just
go through like two. I mean, we want to spend quality time on them and not rush.
Yeah.
So that's why we pick 2.
That's not bad.
And again, it's like 2 for each segment. So you'll review 2. We do a total of 6. We can talk more about that because like we're doing this for you, Ryan and Kerwin and Rabin, and actually for Halima as our new member, I guess, to the community.
Yes.
You know, we're all about like what you want to see, essentially.
Yes.
So maybe it's more portfolio reviews. We don't know.
Another thing that I usually will be doing at this point is I will be working with my grid.
Okay.
I'm not doing it right now because I'm trying to be really fast.
This is looking really good. I like your font choice and everything.
Yeah. So what I did was I actually looked up. Oh my God. Yes. You guys can't
What
see
did
it,
you
right? Okay, so this is, I want them to guess what typeface it is.
Which
Don't
one?
tell them. Yes.
Well,
because
for what? For what?
for the one that I'm using, because what I did was
I think
first
you
guess.
need to hide that.
Oh,
You can't covering it up isn't going to do anything for them.
oh
I
my
like how you
goodness.
tried to cover your
I
screen.
covered it up with my hand like a silly
Oh no, look at this.
person.
Can't see the side of my screen. We're
No.
like broadcasting a screen to the world, so good luck with that.
I'm human.
But the word Pikachu, I think that's still.
Yeah.
Or even, but is that the same?
So it is
Okay.
definitely the same
Too hard though. I
typeface.
think they already have it.
Yeah. Did they? Did they?
But
They did.
I don't.
Yeah.
I think I would like to think I can recognize it, but I don't know if I can. Any reason why you used Gil Sans?
Yes. So what I did was I actually looked up what was used on the cards.
Oh, okay.
There's two typefaces. Gil Sans is one of them. You guys should guess the second one, and I have to remember what it was.
I need to.
I will Google again. But yes,
Pikachu font. And why isn't there a Pikachu font? That would be fun.
there's a Pokemon font on the font. I think it's not my favorite though.
Okay.
Okay, so another thing that we want to have here is its evolution stage. Its evolution stage at this point is a basic, and then its health is 60. So that's its hit point. He can only get hit by 20 points. And the next thing we want to do is add its attacks. And then some of them have abilities. This one doesn't, based off of our card that we're taking from here. These are its, those are, what is it called again? Sorry, give me 1 second. The attacks. So we want to showcase the attacks on here. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to start building below the, oh, that is so cool. That's another thing that I love about XD is the fact that it shows you where the fold is on the screen, so you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to add a ruler or anything like that.
Yeah, and you can even, that does look like a little gripper thing you can grab and move, and you would be correct.
That's
if you thought that.
amazing. Yes, for sure.
I love that on artboard, on object controls rather
Yeah.
than a separate menu. It's nice.
Cool. Oh, I was wondering why my artboard was tiny. Can I change the size of my artboard once I started designing on it? How do I do that?
Just select the title,
Uh-huh.
and then just adjust the size.
Oh, okay. Yes. But I don't remember what is a 7+.
Oh, we have to do maths. We have to do the maths.
What I'm gonna do is just
Well,
gonna.
what do you want to do? 7?
So,
what are you gonna do?
No, I'm just gonna do. Wait. Be nice. See? So, oh, okay. That's what I did last time.
There are some profiles off to the side.
There you go. So what I did, and that was the
Oh.
mistake, is I actually clicked A and then clicked on the screen, so it gave me the automatic version.
Okay.
Like the.
This
yeah.
is interesting. So if you do select this one back, any other artboard.
Yeah. I have
It
to just
doesn't-
remember the name.
Yeah.
You know, that would be fun, is if you can select the artboard and drop down the size and then automatically change instead of remembering numbers. We're like brainstorming.
Yeah, yeah,
things.
exactly. Well,
We're brainstorming.
I was thinking when you
pieces.
select the blank one at the, oh no. It's actually, if you have the artboard tool selected, which is over here, that's when it gives you those profiles.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. Like, what
Yeah.
if you want to change it to, you know, sort of iPad Pro size or
Yeah.
whatever? Dan, to answer your question, this is the second stream of 3. So we have HebaH today, tomorrow, Thursday as well, and you can watch the recording from yesterday. Watch it this weekend though. As I go through
Yes.
withdrawals, I'm like, man, that was a cool jacket HebaH had on.
Oh,
Somebody was asking, like, where did you get that thing? I must have it. He said he was asking for his girlfriend, but
Oh.
I
Can we-
I wouldn't
can we
hate you if
say-
you want to wear it.
Do
go.
we advertise? I don't
But
know.
yeah, you can. Yeah.
Oh, I got it from Zara's online store.
Zara online store.
I
is
love
it?
it.
Oh wow.
It's last
This is-
season.
Last thing I need to know is more shopping
Last
stuff.
season. Yeah.
Really cool.
All right, cool. So now the menu makes sense. It actually fits. And this is what we're going to do is actually click on it, and it's a fixed element. So we're going to keep it there. Okay?
Huh.
What?
No, nothing. I just know Adriano's. I think were you asking us yesterday if you had issues with transitions in prototypes after the last update? Yeah, I'm just kind of curious. I haven't had any, but you know, just curious.
Oh my God, are we at 20 seconds? No way, already? I'm having so much fun.
I know.
I'm having so much fun.
You're not. You are still staying here, even though after the 20 seconds. Please don't just like peace out on me.
No. I'm having so much fun, like talking through my process.
Well, and I think it's looking really good.
Yeah.
And I'm like your color choice, your font choice, like all of that. And I think it's like everything you obviously like you did for a reason. You didn't pick a color at random, a font at random. Like if your client asks you, where did that come from? You have. You know, and it's
so important. Yes, it's absolutely, definitely so important to have a reason for everything that you're doing, especially when you're talking to, you know, stakeholders or your clients if you're freelancing. Color is very important to have a justification for, because sometimes clients do get caught up into whatever specific color that they want you to use. But if it doesn't work for their customers, you know, their target audience for the business that they are doing, if it doesn't work for it, you can't do, for example, I think it's blue for food, you know, because it's not a food color. It doesn't exist in the if you have, you know, like fruits and vegetables, blue doesn't really exist, well, blueberry, but like one thing.
But you are right.
Yeah.
Like, overall.
It doesn't exist in nature. So it needs to be very, you have to have a reason for it. So make sure that you do that. And I should continue working until you gather information on here. If you need more time.
I do have a question for the Adobe Live team. Can you submit like multiple in a?
Who is shopping at Zara? I am.
Okay, so like I could do 2 carnival designs and submit both of them, as long as they're obviously like different.
Caroline,
if you want to be that person that's like that embarrassingly prolific with design and stuff. Okay, cool. Because I think Claire Cross submitted 2, is why I asked.
Yeah, and then Caroline, you're absolutely 100% right. Color is very important for accessibility. Are you guys going to introduce, you know, like some apps have plugins for like accessibility? Is that something that you guys are looking at?
For accessibility.
So like being able to see the contrast of color, you know, selecting 2 colors and making sure that it is accessible, or no?
Yeah, not right now.
Okay.
But that's a good call.
So what I'm doing right now is I am repeating the pattern because what I want to do is I want to create a box for, I'm going to move this menu aside just for right now. I'm going to create a box for my attack. And I want it to have the same pattern that I already established. We want everything to look harmonious and consistent all throughout the app. So it's important to keep that in mind as you're building it. What we're working on right now, it looks like Pikachu's first attack is called Nuzzle. So we're gonna call it Nuzzle. That's, ooh, no, wrong app.
That's the attack is called Nuzzle?
Yes, the attack is called Nuzzle.
I can't, this adorableness is killing me. It's very good. I'm like totally into it.
Isn't it so cool?
Yeah.
The marketing strategy of it all. All right, so we're gonna do Nuzzle.
Thank you so much, Ibrahim, Ritesh, Dan, Claire, Raja, Mayor, Timo. We have all your entries in, but the clock does say 00.
Yeah. So. All 200 viewers agree with you, Diana. What did Diana say? HebaH is doing amazing. Oh, thank you so much. She should be a regular.
Oh, what?
Thank you,
what,
Diana.
Adobe team? You hear that, Adobe team?
I love it. We will see. Yeah, this is so much fun. All right, so what we're going to do is ungroup. Again, using similar visual patterns, we're going to turn this to like 24. Make sure that this is locked. And grab it, the icon. Because what is that is basically on here. It shows you what the power is. You know, how many of energies in order to do the attack. So you have to have an energy attached to the Pokemon. You have an energy card that's attached to the Pokemon. If you have one energy, it looks like on here, you can do the Nuzzle. If you have 2 energies attached to the Pokemon, then you can do the quick attack. Cool. Can they see it? Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And then it looks like Nuzzle doesn't even have, it doesn't have any hits. I'm just going to give it a hit. And then quick attack has 20 plus. Oh, okay, I have to read this. It says, flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed, and that means they lose a turn. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, that's
what a
why.
Nuzzle would do.
Okay, so we're going to write that down. And basically, it's 1 power, and we're going to do Gil Sands. If your, what did it say? Flip a coin first, if heads. Okay, so flip a coin.
Are you gonna, do you want me to review, like go through some of these designs while you do that?
Were we gonna go through them together? Like,
yeah, we're gonna go through together.
Or do you want to go, how many did we get? Did we get
a lot?
Okay, yeah, go through, pick the top.
Well, whatever you wanna, you definitely have to look.
Okay, okay, tell me.
I mean, it don't have to be right now, but
okay.
You know, the timer just disappeared.
I see.
So.
Well, the timer went down to 0.
It did.
It did. So.
And it's like this. This is 2 eyes. 0s, 2 zeros. Where are the entries? We got a flood of them in really at the last minute. We had 2 for just the longest time. And then a lot of buzzer beaters, like get in right before the buzzer. Yes, we should all start playing Pokemon. I'm into it. If there's things like Nuzzle in it, I'm all about it. But to answer your question, you can go to, we have HebaH.me is how they can, that's basically your website. Is that a good way to get a hold of you? And you're also like Heba by Design on Twitter.
On Twitter, Instagram, on Dribble, I'm just plain old Heba.
Okay.
And yeah, so you guys can find me there. You know, if you want me to take a look at your portfolio, you want me to look at your resume, I'm more than happy to do that. Actually, you know, opening that door up for up-and-coming designers and people who are switching careers, because I was looking for that when I was a student. I was looking for a mentor, and it's so hard to like go out of your way and like reach out to somebody because like people are busy, right? So I'm inviting you guys to send me your portfolios and your resumes, and then maybe we can have a conversation, which would be really nice.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Flip a coin. If your opponent's active Pokemon, if heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now.
I'm gonna go ahead and switch to my screen.
Yes.
While you type that in.
Absolutely.
Because I wanna make sure we have these 8 fantastic designs currently being reviewed. Starting with Claire Cross.
Yay.
Actually, hold on. Sorry, that was from yesterday. Getting rid of that one. Sorry. We are starting with Timo's. Again, the whole goal, it has to be 3 screens, and it's based on like a local carnival. So we link to images. You'll see things
HebaH's
that
Carnival,
say,
yay!
Yeah, isn't that cool? This is already like super great.
I love it. And I love roller coasters. With a passion. The only seat I can sit on is the first seat, and for the last couple of years, I've been using the excuse of like, if I sit in any other seat other than the first seat, then I get motion sickness, which is motion sickness. This is an excuse to sit in the front. I will wait in line forever. I have to like see everything, which is super fun.
This is really good. So we can kind of look at these. We have 4 of 4 screens. I'll just kind of start at the beginning.
Yes.
We also have, you're right, like this is super tight. This is good, huh? Look,
so
distressed type.
I love it.
Nice.
I love it.
Feel free to use watermark images. Totally cool. Like totally, enter if you dare. Fun with language.
Oh, I love
Sliding up.
See, you've been watching. You have definitely been watching.
Bumpers, cars.
Oh, cool.
And if we click off of it, we have 3 hit areas. Let's go into bumper cars.
Nice.
And that will show you, I guess, where it is. So it's like an augmented reality So that's how you find it. Buy your ticket. Sold. And let's use Apple Pay as well.
Wow.
So, great work, Timo. First one in as well.
I like it.
Awesome.
I like the use of, we were discussing, you know, a dark background or a light background. The theme is very, it feels like it's like a haunted carnival, kind of like, you know, in October they have the Halloween Horror Nights. You know, Universal Studios does Halloween Horror Nights, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to one of those. I like that it exerts that feeling. You're using color to, you know, showcase feeling, which is nice.
Sweet. I didn't comment in there. Why not? Mayur, M-A-U-R, M-A-Y-U-R. We have 4 screens here as well. So it's looking pretty good. Let's go full screen. Welcome to Adobe Carvial.
That's fine. You're good. You're totally good. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Oh, I love this. What kind of fun are you looking to have today? That's fun with language too.
Yes.
The kind of some crazy rides. Finger licking food. Let's go into some crazy rides.
Love it.
Oh yeah. Ferris wheel. Timings. Nice little drop down. See that?
Oh yeah. Nice.
Boop. Very cool. That could easily be an overlay.
I'm curious about the color, since we're all about visual design today. So I'm very curious to if you're in the chat, let us know why you chose this yellow. Is it because of Pikachu? Tell me, tell me, tell me.
Could be, could be. I will say that I love when a neutral tone is picked, a neutral color, and you can do black and white on the same color.
I agree.
Like, looks really crisp with that white. And I love how this kind of fades into the silhouette down there. Ah, so great job, Miur. Next up, Raja's Carnival. Looks like we have EDM night. Let's just refresh these because sometimes I get messages in chat saying, hey, I just updated it, refresh it. Ooh, this is
nice.
This is kind of cool.
Yeah.
So what happened here is, so Raja pinned the content, the interface for the phone, like saying, hey, I'm gonna make this look like it's on a phone, and pinned that content, and you can scroll through it. And this is obviously using repeat grid, EDM night. Yeah, so that works. Let's get out of this. We have 3 screens. Let's go to one more. This one, I think this part is still being worked on, but yeah, good work.
Interesting, yeah.
Repeat grid.
See, that was a smart use of gradient for you to be able to showcase, you know, text.
Yeah, right here.
On top of image. So that was a smart move.
Yeah. Good call. Let's go into this one. I should double check whose this is. Versailles, July through August, Carnival. Welcome to the Colored Night.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here.
There's a lot going on here, but it has potential. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
Thinking outside of the box.
Yeah.
You know, a carnival is very unpredictable. Plus, have you seen carnival posters? They're usually like this.
Okay.
You know? Okay. So taking inspiration from real world, which is kind of cool.
I really do like the colors.
Yeah.
Confetti and scroll. Clever.
Oh, nice.
Are you seeing this? Are you seeing this, GusBot? Do you see how they did this? So they tack down, and this is really good. So you could have fixed elements, and obviously the only thing that's not fixed is the scrolling. So I'm doing a slow clap.
Yes, absolutely.
Let's kind of go back. Carnival food.
Walter says he likes the way that you're showing the projects.
Okay.
Thanks, Paul.
Good.
Thanks, Walter.
Yeah, you guys it's your work, and I love this clever use of a feature that just came out like yesterday. Yeah. Which is the pinning.
Ariana.
So good work. Go back to the menu. Again, a little loud on the design, like we can talk about that, but that's the most clever use of fixed position, which is why I'm going to save that one right up here. Funderville.
Oh, another confetti. Look at that.
Oh, yeah. I like it.
Nice.
This is really fun. Like, I want to go to this bright, sunny day and And, you know, you have confetti and watermarks falling on your head.
I love it.
I think this is just one screen now. That's all I'm getting. Oh, wait. Sorry, I gotta scroll. Scrolling down. All this fun stuff happening at this carnival. It's amazing, folks. Come see.
Wow.
Clowns and things and cotton candy.
I
and
think what I would like
Ferris
to
wheel.
what I would like to see is a little bit of negative space, because the carnival is so like loud
super
and
busy.
wild. I would like this section specifically. I would like to see some negative space. Don't be afraid of using negative space. Negative space is your friend. So, you know, some solid, maybe whites.
Yeah, it's kind of like you don't know where to look.
Yeah.
There's like a lot happening here, and all these, you know, they have a good. It's actually a good structure. Big image, you know, 2 images, and then a list of 4. But I agree with you.
I like it. I think
Here it works. They did a good job of dissecting the different areas.
look how successful
This
it is
right
here. And it's because of all of that white space in the image itself. So it is very successful. And I like that for each section, it would be nice to have like a call to action. So make sure as you're going down the screen, the different sections, there's one call to action, not multiple. And then everything else can be, you know, pushed back a little bit. It's more informative. But what is your goal on this page? Your goal is to get them to buy a ticket, right? So how do we get them to do that?
And this is good. I mean, I think this is, like you said, this is like super strong from here.
Super, yes,
And
I agree.
it's a good hierarchy.
Yeah.
Because we want you to buy the full pass, but there's also this pass and this pass.
Yeah, very clever.
So-
I also like the way, you know, how he or she pulled the colors from the image behind it, which is really nice. I also like that the image here, like, it's more of a like an illustration, so you weren't afraid to just use images, like regular images, but more like watercolor illustrations, which is really nice. I love that.
You're like evoking the feeling of a carnival without being too explicit.
100%.
But yeah, this is super fun.
Yeah.
So Funderville, we will check. If this is yours, let us know. Funderville, that's me. Would love to see that. Let's go into the summer carnival for Ritesh.
Oh, look at that. Playful, playful. I love it. See, minimalism is sometimes can be your friend.
Let's dive into proceed. Let me zoom out. Zoop. That was smooth. Scrolling.
Adam, hey Adam, thanks for joining me. I love that my family's in the chat. He's like, I'm learning a lot. Love you guys.
Now just do it. Do a design. Submit a design. But I like this too. This is kind of neat because they did the scrolling and they pinned this, but it's not a straight line. It's kind of...
Again, it's super fun. That's the thing. One of you guys' guests that I hope to meet one day was Johnny Vino.
Johnny Vino!
I loved him. His stream was so amazing. He's so clever, and I like the fact that he uses mimicry in his designs. Basically, what that means is you mimic visual and behavioral design from nature or from like the real world. So I think that that allows you to think outside of the box instead of just actually building stuff within the box. Today, it's all about how do we break free from that wireframe structure? How do we get outside of those boxes and filler text?
Yeah.
So that's a great. This project is a great example of that for sure.
Exactly. Yeah, you're exactly right.
Yeah.
Super fun. I will say, so what you can do, notice how the hit area for this is like super small. You can do almost pretty much an invisible box. Just draw a bigger box that's at least 40 pixels big, because that was kind of hard to click on, but this design is like, they have a clear vision.
Yeah, so you got to think of your finger. If you measure your finger, you know, that's exactly the hit area, the minimal hit area that you want to have. So you got to think about your thumb, you got to think about your pointer finger. So measure your the area of your thumb and your pointer finger, and the bigger the better, because you know some of the terms that we use in UX design, how do we avoid fat fingers, like fat fingering, you know?
Right.
So you want the user to be able to click on the intended area. So It's important that the hotspot.
Ibrahim's. Oh, Claire Cross. We'll jump back. We only have a couple minutes, but we got to look at Claire's. Claire submitted hers yesterday. Was having a problem. We'll highlight hers later.
Okay.
But we have Ibrahim's as well. 3 screens. Diving into this. This guy doesn't look like he's having fun.
He's sleeping.
Like, that's like pretty intense. Like I don't know how I was talked into this.
Oh, but that's me right there.
Oh,
that
that's
is
you.
so me.
What?
Oh my god. Loving it.
Oh, the first Ferrari branded theme park in the world.
I love it. Yeah. There
Let's
you
go
go.
there.
See, we can tell what his personality is like.
So he is very much. He looks like he'd drive a Ferrari, but he looks like he'd rather own one than be at an amusement park. He's like, I just like Ferraris, and now I'm here.
Look at this. And then look, the way that he used shapes. This implies movement, which is really cool, right? Mm-hmm. So having the diagonal shapes implies that you're moving forward. And then he's also using, graphics in there that applies speed. Yeah. You know, when you're in a carnival and you're going on ride. This is how you provoke emotion, which is important in design.
I will say, like, you can think of ways to deal with like longer texts because we're gonna have that issue.
Yeah.
But
these are good problems to want to solve for. So take account for them and try to solve for them early on. And this is where collaboration between content and UX is important, so that we can work together to find a happy medium.
Yeah. I like this is like again just like really clear vision. They know what they're going for, in the app.
Danny says this isn't actually. Is it an actual place in Abu Dhabi?
Oh, it is. Ferrari World is a real thing, by the way. Ferrari World.
Oh, yeah, that's so cool.
We're not that. I wish I had a reason to know about Ferrari World.
Oh my God, it sounds like super fun.
So we have a lot of good ones here.
Oh, it's an indoors theme park. Nice. Those are good ones.
We have just a couple minutes.
Yes.
Let me just get rid of
through
that.
them real quick.
Yeah. Timo's super strong.
Yes, definitely. Contender for sure.
Then we had this one. Oops. Sorry for doing that. This one's pretty strong, kind of has some issues, in general. Technically, there are 3 screens, but this last one's kind of lacking. And since you have such tough competition, this one's super strong for this effect alone, which is super cool. I don't know if that means it's going to win. And then we get into this one that is technically, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is just like one
long
one page
screen.
with like 3 different sections.
I feel like the 3 screens, we should follow at least a 3-screen rule.
Yeah.
What do you feel?
It's up to you. I think we make the rules. We should stick with the rules, but at the same time we can also break them. So the thing is there's already tough designs in here to contend with.
Yeah. Sorry.
So these are our top ones. Sorry, I'm not organizing this very well.
No, it looks great.
I have it down to the top 4, which are these.
Okay.
And Claire, we will take a look at your design in the next segment from yesterday, since we didn't get to it now.
Yes, absolutely.
Thoughts on these? You can also just pick a winner.
Oh, pick a winner. Okay.
We might have missed one as well.
Did we? Well, let's get rid of this one, because I feel like the other ones, are stronger visually, like visual hierarchy. Do you mind going through the first screen really quickly?
Yeah, let me go ahead and switch to full screen, because I'm going to just jump out to the secret sheet and see which one I missed.
Oh, okay.
Is there one I...
Garages, I guess that's 3 screens.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
I'll open that up again.
Sebastian is like,
okay, so that might be this one. So we can kind of switch back to mine, but I guess it's kind of like this, but for this still could have easily been an overlay for a search. So technically you did get it if this is Raj's, if we're talking about the same person. Still we're down to these ones right here. If you know your winner, you can just pick it. We can talk about these.
Go through the screen if you don't mind. This one.
Which one? Right here?
That one. 1, 2, and then 3, and then this one real quick.
This one's pretty cool. So you can scroll. You have...
the menu.
Yeah, you have this menu, which is very nice.
Yes.
Then we can also kind of click for the map down here,
Nice.
which kind of slides out.
And then real quick.
Let's go to the bumper cars. That's where the bumper cars
Yeah.
are.
I think the all around successful one for me, from visual design to UX design to all of that, is the one that you're playing with right now, the Summer
Oh,
Carnival.
I agree.
That's definitely my favorite. The condensers next to it were definitely a close second for sure.
Yes. And so, congratulations to
Congratulations!
Ritesh. You are our big winner today. Congratulations. You win 1 year Creative Cloud. We have fireworks.
Yay,
And we have your amazing
congratulations.
design on our screens. You're going to get Creative Cloud. We'll contact you. Rajesh, hopefully you're still with us.
Yes, hopefully.
Cool.
Hopefully.
If we didn't get to yours, we will get to them in the next segment for sure. That would be awesome, because we have Katie up next. She's right there,
Woo!
ready to go, ready to
Yay!
rock. Everybody say thank you to HebaH for joining us.
Thank
Day
you,
2.
guys.
You could watch yesterday's, but
Yes,
stick around for tomorrow
sure.
with us and stay with us all day today, because we're going to be on the other side sitting on the couch
Oh,
watching.
yeah, for sure.
So watch
100%.
with us. Watch Katie and Sarah. Thanks so much, everybody.
Bye, everyone.